Okay, good afternoon, class. In the previous classes, we have discussed regarding different types of pricing methods. In that last, we have discussed regarding the psychological pricing, right? Okay, in that pricing, we have seen that some of the companies will be keeping the price tags at 49 rupees or 499 rupees, like that, right? So, what is the reason behind it? It is just like a psychological pricing.
కొన్ని ఉంది సగ్గులు వద్దా
Okay, what's the reason behind it? Keeping the price tag at 49 or 499 is because just by seeing the price tag, we think that it is not even costing 50 rupees or it is not even costing at 500 rupees. So we think that we can buy that particular product easily, right? That is the reason why and also I have said that some of the products whose cost is more than 1,000 rupees, or there will be some number, right? For it, they have to pay more what you say more amount of tax. So to avoid that type of situations also, by reducing just a few amount of profit, they will be keeping the prices at 499 or 15 or 449 rupees, like that is called as psychological pricing, right? Next, the other one, the new one, is flat rate pricing. So in the flat rate pricing, the price is charged at a flat rate or a single fixed rate for a particular product or service, irrespective of the usage. Okay, then for this, you say your internet service provider will be charging per month, say 599. Even though you use or you don't use it, you have to pay this cost, right? 599 rupees. And you can observe now, previously we have a, dish provider will be there, right? For him we have to pay, say, some fixed amount, either 300 rupees, for example. If it is of 500 rupees, you have to provide, sorry, you have to give him 500 rupees, even though you use or you don't use, or even though you see or you don't see some of the channels. Okay, totally his package is to provide you 500 channels just for 500 rupees. It is the package like that. Even though if you see or if you don't see the channels, you have to play that. You have to pay that. Even these internet providers also, they will be charging, say, some 509 rupees for the broadband connection. Even though you use, they are ready to give, say, some 400 GB of data, but you may use it, you may not use. It doesn't matter for them. Even though you use the total data, if you don't use the total data, you should pay some particular amount. Okay, that is called as flat rate pricing, right? And the other one is time or usage sensitive pricing. Time or usage sensitive pricing. Okay, previously, when there is only a BSNL broadband connection is available, to avoid congestion, what he is to do is, if you are downloading the data in the early hours of the day, that is, say, from morning 2 o'clock to 6 o'clock, if you are downloading the data, it costs very less. Why? Because at that time no one will be using the data. So generally what the people used to do is, if at all they wanted to download more amount of data, they used to get up at the time at 2 o'clock, before 2 o'clock, and they will start downloading from 2 o'clock to 6 o'clock, where for them the usage of data, that means they require more amount of data. If they don't want to if they download at that particular time, means less amount will be charged for them. Okay, we also have seen this concept. Okay, the Airtel used to use that. Okay, if you use the internet in so and so time, for 100 MB they will charge only 50 MB. Okay, like this 50 percentage will be returned back for you, and you can use that 50 percentage once again. That is time and usage sensitive pricing, right? Here you can see morning 11 o'clock. Morning 11 o'clock is the peak hours, right? All the offices will be open by 9:30, 10 by the time, and at 11 o'clock there will be high amount of consumption, right? Okay, most of the people are trying to use that particular point of time, right? And non-peak period is generally it is before 6 o'clock, right? Now everyone will be sleeping at that time, so automatically more amount of bandwidth will be available, and you can download fast, and not only that, we can pay very less amount at that particular point of time, right? So time and usage sensitive pricing. This thing we also have seen previously when we book Uber cabs or Ola cabs or any other cabs. In the during the peak hours, they used to charge more, and we also have observed that there will be differences in the prices, right? If there is no if you order in the non-peak hours, it is very less, right? The amount you pay will be very very less. That is time and usage sensitive pricing, right? So here they have given with the help of electricity actually. You can observe that previously, what you say, generally the industries will be working in two shifts, right? They will be working in two shifts or at most three shifts. Sometimes wantedly they used to maintain a gap, right? That means instead of three shifts, so per day we have 24 hours. Even the machines require some amount of rest. So we used to have 8 2s or 16 hours of working, right? Two shifts will be, workers will be coming in two shifts, and one set of workers will be working in the shift A for 8 hours, and shift B they will be coming and working for 8 more hours. 8 and 8 16, right? So we have 8 hours gap. Generally that 8 hours gap will be in the night time at say some uh, after night 11 or 12 to morning 4 2 or 6 at that time. Generally in the previous days, government is to give free electricity at that time for the farmers, right? uh, Later they have observed that so many of the farmers are dying due to this either with electric shock or else some other reasons, due to some snake bites or like this. So what they have done is, instead of giving like that, they started giving free electricity to the farmers at any time, right? So why they have given at that particular point of time means, at that time in the night time, all the industries will shut down their machines, so automatically there will be no usage of power at the night at that particular point of time. Then at that time they can give for this. These farmers can utilize those electricity. Okay, that is time or usage sensitive pricing. So we see here precedence model. Precedence model. So generally, this precedence model is seen in the context of internet users, right? So during the peak hours, the person who comes first will be using the net, and generally what they do is they will change the order of priority for the customers also, right? So if you are using internet, they will sense that your usage of internet is very much urgent or not, right? Okay. So for example, if you see, if the military person requires the internet, they will be given the highest priority first. Okay, because it is the matter of security of the country, right? Okay, after that, they will give the chance for the students, like that, based on the situation, and based on the order. That is called as precedence model. Okay. So next one is the transaction based pricing. Transaction based pricing. So generally, this you can see, this type of transaction based pricing, generally with the annual maintenance contracts for the refrigerators or air conditioners. Okay. Generally, instead of maintaining the service engineer, that particular company will give chance to the nearby enterprise, where they can provide these service engineers for less of cost. Okay, instead of maintaining a particular person by paying the salary, just if you require your AC to get maintained, that means to clean, right? If you put a order for cleaning, a person will come to you and he'll clean it and go. So if your company having some n number of, say, some 20 number of ACs, you give contract to a person, some enterprise, and they will send some persons to clean the 20 ACs, and they will go from there, right? Instead of maintaining with them on with some salary, will give contract to those persons. So you'll be get the customer will be getting some benefit, right? Right. So not only this, if you see how they use how the gold shops will be charging the amount, you can see, right? If you are buying some 10 grams of gold, means you have to pay this much percentage for making charges, this much percentage for wastage charges, like this. Okay, if you buy more amount of gold, means automatically you have to pay more amount of money for the making charges, and also for what you say, uh, wastage charges, right? And also that depends upon the designs what they do. Okay, if it is for bangles, some percentage. If it is for chains, some percentage. This is for some necklace, this is for some percentage. That is transaction based pricing, right? Instead of maintaining a particular person, or instead of maintaining some fixed amount of money, will be paying based upon the transaction, right? Okay, so you can also understand this concept. If you are transferring money in NEFT from one place to another, so you used to pay for amount of 25,000. For amount of 25,000, you have to pay some amount. And also you can see this type of concept in the DD charges, right, in your bank, right? If you are paying some DD charges above 25,000, you will be they will be charged 130 rupees, for example. If it is just 2 rupees less, 25,000 1 rupee means 25,000 1 rupee means you have to pay 130 rupees. If it is 2 rupees less than that, means you'll be paying 125 rupees. That is called as transaction based pricing. If your amount is in this range, you have to pay this much amount of, say, some charge. If your amount exceeds this much amount, you have to pay this amount of charge, right? That is transaction based pricing. So we also have the new concept called as in new internet pricing methods, right? New internet pricing methods. Okay, this new internet pricing methods brought the transparency in the markets, right? So it has this concept had given the original prices of different products in the online, right? Okay, so in the previous days, the customer may not identify the original price. Nowadays, if you have any doubt regarding a product, you can immediately open the net and you can search for the original cost. And but also that original cost will be based upon the time, area to area, location to location. The price may be changing, but so mostly in the previous days, those are the golden days for the businessmen, where the customer is unable to know the original cost. He may sell it for at any cost. Now in the internet, if you can observe that you can see that the same product at less cost also, same type of company. Okay, for example, if you see, if I find a product in Amazon, if its cost is high there, I will observe in Flipkart there, same product and same model and same product. If I get at least 200 to 300 rupees less, also I can prefer that site, right? That is just like new internet pricing models. So in this we have different types of categories in this internet pricing models also. First one is the dynamic pricing model. This dynamic pricing is extensively visible in times of stock exchanges and commodities market. So dynamic pricing in the sense in the stock market, you can observe that in yesterday, the cost of the gold, the selling price of the gold is at some price. And today, when they open the market, it straight away may increase or it may straight away decrease with a, what you say, straight away it will be less when we compare with yesterday's price of the gold or some any other product also. So generally on stock exchanges or foreign currency or in the even in the commodity markets, right? So you can see in the foreign exchange currency, right? We used to say when you see the news, you can observe that the price of the dollar has fallen down or the price of the dollar has increased, right? These things, right? Dynamic pricing, these commodity foreign currencies, all these are under the gold cost or else the petrol prices or diesel prices. They are always fluctuating day by day, right? So airline companies, for example, if you say some jet airways, some airways company named Jet, okay, it is providing a travel from Hyderabad to Bangalore. So if you book the ticket 3 months back, its cost is very less. If you are booking a ticket for the same flight 2 months before, it is costing some amount. After before 1 month, it is costing some amount, and before they even it may provide the ticket registration even just 1.5 hour before or 2 hours before also. They will charge more amount at that time, right? So now even IRCTC, right? Railway IRCT, government railways, Indian Railway, even it is also selling in the flight tickets in coordination with some other company, right? Why? Because sometimes if you book a ticket, that means even though for a 60 seating jet, that airways, if only 10 or 15 number of seats are only filled, means what is this concept is, if that particular person has booked a ticket in IRCTC train and it is not available, for example AC, first class AC, if he has booked a first class AC ticket in the railway, if the seat is not confirmed there in first class AC, sometimes it may provide them to fly in this spice jet. Let's say some jet airways, right? For example, I have taken the name as jet airways, right? Okay, these type of aspects are also going nowadays, right? So we also have dynamic pricing and variable pricing. So variable pricing, you can see here. Variable pricing method is extensively visible in the consumer segment, right? Consumer goods. We have some consumer goods or perishable goods. Generally, generally, if some of the consumer goods, if a customer visits that particular shop and he tries it, and he say, due to high cost, the customer may be in a mood to not to buy that particular product, but the salesman who is there, he say that, sir, you are thinking of price, so I may give you the some extra discount. That means he is motivating us, to buy the product, to that particular product, even though he is giving with some amount of discount, he is not going to get any loss. Actually, in some products they used to charge 60 percentage profit also, right? They used to charge 60 percentage profit also. They will decide the selling price with respect to the cost price by adding this 60 percentage of profit. So what he is saying is, now he is reducing this from the 60 percentage profit, and he is attracting the customers. Okay, see here, supermarkets such as More or Fresh Retail, Reliance Fresh, Central, some retails like this, they will be offering you some goods, say some fruits or some other goods at low cost. Why? Because if they are not able to sell that goods within 1 or 2 days, those goods are going to spoil, and they will get a loss. So to avoid that, they will provide that particular goods at very less cost, sorry, less selling price. So we have this concept of variable pricing also. Okay, so we also have this smart pricing. We have this smart pricing through smart market mechanism models. Okay, so this smart pricing is one of the latest methods of pricing which adds more value for the users, right? See here, apart from the smart pricing, automatic price adjustments are also introduced for certain clicks obtained from the Google networks. Okay, so generally, this Google used to give smart price. Okay, Google's smart pricing model offers better placements for the better performing ads. Generally, when you are willing to browse some site, we will identify some ads, right side or left side or up or down side, original content. Okay, if any user by observing that advertisement, if he clicks and sees on the advertisement, that advertising agencies has to pay some amount to the Google, right? Why he has given the chance? Google has given the chance for the user who are using the Google sites to visit his that main person's site. That is this is called as smart pricing method, right? So these things is just AdWorks, Google AdWorks team. They introduced these improvements of AdWorks. Okay, so we have search pricing. So search pricing, you can see here when price of the products service increased as a result of demand, right? When the price of the product or service is increased as a result of the rise in the demand, it's a case of surge pricing. Okay, when the demand is weak, the prices will be lower. Okay, if the demand is increased, automatically the price will be high, right? You see here, Indian Railways are private transport organizations, including Ola or Uber, generally use this concept of surge pricing. This is just like increasing the price of the product during the heavy demand, right? So, for example, if you observe recent days, these private travels they used to charge too much of cost during this Dasara festival or during the uh, Sankranti festival, like this. This is surge pricing, right? Since there is huge demand, they will automatically increase the price of the product. Okay. If there is no demand, means you can get at less cost. Generally, if you observe uh, the in the previous days, just before the Corona time, if anyone want to come from Hyderabad to Vijayawada, for example, if he books a ticket on Friday evening to come from Hyderabad to Vijayawada, it will be more cost in the private travels. Okay, if we book a ticket on Wednesday or Thursday, at that time the cost is less, right? Because generally on the weekend the most of the customers will be moving from Hyderabad to Vijayawada or some other nearby towns. But on Monday or Sunday night or else Monday night or Tuesday night, they will be moving once again back from here to there. That time from Vijayawada to Hyderabad will be costing more. Right. This is the thing what you have to observe. Right. This is called as surge pricing. Okay, this thing we have already seen, right? A precedence model where during the peak hours they used to charge more, and where and in the normal time they used to charge less. Right. Peak hours. Okay. Okay. That's all regarding the third unit. Okay. We have to see different pricing models. So far we have seen the different pricing models. So this internet, you have to concentrate more on this new internet pricing models. It is a little bit clumsy, okay, whatever it may be. Just to just study once or twice, you can understand easily. That dynamic pricing and variable pricing, right? Variable pricing, smart pricing, surge pricing, like this. Okay. By that, we have concluded the first three units.